All right, we're going to talk about algebraic expressions and formulas. So some of this is going to be review. So the first thing is order of operations. So in order of operations, the first thing is we're going to perform the operations in the innermost grouping symbol and work outward. So a lot of times this is parentheses, but this could be square roots. It could be fractions. So we have the top, the numerator, and the denominator. Second step is evaluate all exponential expressions. Third step is perform multiplication and division, left to right. And then the last thing is addition and subtraction, left to right. So when we're working here, so I have, here's my expression. So I'm going to go and I'm going to plug in 6 to this and then work inside out. So I'm going to plug in 6. So I'm going to work inside my first grouping symbol. So I'm going to work here. So I have 7 plus 5 times parentheses. Now 6 minus 4 is 2 cubed. Now I have to do that exponent. So I've done all the grouping symbols. So 7 plus 5 times, well, 2 cubed is 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So I end up with 8. Now I've done all my exponents. I'm going to do my multiplication. So 5 times 8 is 40. And then I do addition. 7 plus 40 is 47. So now the next one is I'm going to plug in for -6. So I have -6 quantity squared plus 5 times -6 minus 3. Now be very careful when you use a calculator to find the powers of negative numbers. Because if I plug this into a calculator, I need to make sure I put parentheses around the -6. Because otherwise, this is going to, if I don't put the parentheses around it, it's going to give me -36. So -6 times -6 is positive 36. Plus, so I did my exponents first. Okay, now I need to do my multiplication division. So 5 times -6 is -30. And now I'm going to do addition and subtraction left to right. So 36 minus 30 is 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. So there would be my answer. Now my next one, I have values for x and y. So now I have to plug these in accordingly. So I have -2 times 4 squared plus 5 times 4 times -2 minus -2 quantity cubed. So I don't have really any grouping symbols that kind of group numbers together. So I'm going to work with my exponents. So I have 4 squared. Well, 4 squared is 16. Okay, plus 5 times 4 times -2. Those are multiplications. So I'm going to go over here and do my other exponent. So I have -2 cubed. Well, -2 times -2 is positive 4. Positive 4 times -2 is -8. And now I'm going to do my multiplication. So -2 times 16 is -32. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times -2 is -40. And then I have -1 times -8, which makes that a positive 8. So I have -32. -32 plus -40 is -72. Plus 8 is -64. Okay? So one of the things that they also want you to remember is all the properties. The commutative property, which allows me to just switch the sides of the equal sign, so both sides are equal. The associative property, meaning that I can change, if I have a series of additions, I can change which ones are in the grouping symbols, and distribution. So we're going to look at distribution here and kind of simplify these. Okay? So this is a distribution problem here. We're going to simplify. Remember, when you're simplifying, when you combine like terms, the quote unquote, the variables have to be the same and the exponents on those variables have to be the same. Some of you might have heard it as last names. That's fine. So that just means the variable and the power attached to it. So I'm going to distribute my 5 here. So 5 times 3x is 15x. 5 times negative 7 is negative 35 minus 6x. Now, 15x and 6x are like terms because they have the same variable and the same power. So I have 15x minus 6x, and I'm just going to change my coefficient. So that gives me 9x minus 35. Here's my next one. So I have two distribution problems and then some simplifying. 6 times 2x is 12x squared. 6 times 4 is 24x. 10 times 4x is 40x squared. 10 times 3x is 30x. Now I got to combine my like terms. So I have a 12x squared and a 40x squared. Those combine to give me 52x squared. 24x and 30x give me 54x. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my last one. So now I have multiple things here. I have parentheses inside of a bracket. So I'm actually going to take care of that parentheses inside the bracket first. So this gives me 5. I'm going to distribute my negative sign through here. Negative x, negative, negative makes a positive 3. And I'm going to still simplify inside that bracket there. So 8x plus 2, 5 plus 3 is 8 minus x. Now I can distribute my 2. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. I now can combine these. 8x minus 2x is 6x plus 16. So that's, I know you guys have done this before. So that's working with algebraic expressions and formulas.